Let it be known that on February 7th, 2013, my table lined up of its own accord. We've got 3 lines on this slide here. There's one that goes down the center, which is kind of hard to see because the grain is lined up as well. And down here, there's these 2 marks. And so that interior one tells me that that's where this slide lines up when you put it over it, so that I know where the spot is based on the start. But the point is that I set that. Okay, great. This is all the way in, so I'll know where to drill the hole. And I thought I'd double check it against the others. So I measured it. It's 11 3/16 from the end. And if we go over to the next one, I marked this at 11 3/16. I slid it in and oh, look at that. So I thought, well, I'm doing pretty good. Let's keep it going. So we came to the next one in 11 3. Oh, perfect. I thought 3 out of 4. Surely it can't be. Put it all the way in and in the center. Today is truly a great day for me. I'm very proud of this. I spent a lot of time trying to get that thing lined up. So I'm really pleased to see that. And pretty soon we're going to have our arms hooked up, and we're going to slide this bad boy around. Another note on these slides here was, which I remembered when I mentioned that the line was lined up with the grain, is that these are no ordinary boards. I took some of the ash boards that I got. There's a couple of the long ones there. And I would take them and I'd rip them down. Well, first I'd plane them some, and then I'd rip them down, my table saw, and I would re-glue them back together so that the grain is as close to vertical as possible. And that's so that the wood will expand this way rather than this way. It also makes it more stable. This isn't actually the best one. There's a couple that I had. This one's all right. So I put the very best ones in the center because wood expands more perpendicular to the grain, so it'll expand this way rather than parallel to it. So that can still cause a tightness issue here, but I can allow some play here. And I may treat this wood with stabilizer or hardener later. I'm going to give an example of something that makes this type of project take forever, at least the first time around. So when we go to connect these sliders, the lower ones, they slide out. Okay, we've got our mark on here. Hey, life is good. I just line up on my center line, matches there. Boom, boom. Drill a hole. Life is good. Okay, do the same thing there, there, and there. Okay, so now all I have to do is connect these upper ones. All right, all I have to do is drill a hole in here that matches up perfectly with that. So that should be pretty easy. All I have to do is mark on here. Oh, wait a minute. How am I going to do that? Okay. So after thinking about this for a little while, because, I mean, the issue here is that I can't, here, I can just take a marker or a pencil or whatever and make a mark if I didn't want to just drill it directly. But here, there's nowhere that I can get at it from the bottom, so I can't drill up. I can't trace from the bottom. There's even less room than there was before. This way, it wasn't enough before anyway. I really don't have a whole lot of options. So what I decided to do, I could just eyeball it and lay a ruler across here, although these are slightly lower than this, so that would, I'd have to space it up, and then transfer it. But I'm going to use a little space age technology here with my laser. Whoa, lasers. So what I'm going to do is line it up, and I guess it'll have to be a little closer. And I'm going to have the laser be perpendicular to the surfaces. I'm going to be a little more careful when I actually set it up and use both hands. But the point is that that laser is perpendicular to here and here, and it happens to be as very, very close to perpendicular, or going over the center of that hole. So now, since I want that to be in the center of this, I can slide this back in, and I know to drill the hole right there. With all the arms on. Overhead shot.